Okay. If I remember correctly, we now have to go to, I forget what the town's called, but to look for a guy with a limp. Check in on old Henry here. Alright, quest log. Tell Ginger he can go back to the farm. So, why is... Oh. Radzig's here. I was looking at Rate.
The Lord be
Hi,
praised.
Radzig.
What brings you to me?
Our dad.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognised one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. The rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhayed to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhayed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
So, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear.
Weakening.
Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Dad. Isn't that Capon's horse? Oh, it's Radzig's. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Okay. Don't really care about Ginger, so we're gonna fast travel to Talmberg. You notice how Radzig wasn't pissed at me, but the other Captain Bernard was? Yeah, pussy. Oh, wait, that wasn't Captain Bernard, that was Or was it? It might have been. I don't know. Once I'm done with this, I hope it gives me a little, like, so this, all of these missions so far have been pretty time sensitive, where it's like, you know, oh, well, you gotta go hunting with Hans in the morning, and then immediately like, oh, you gotta ride out with us. Like, give me a little break. Let me do some exploring, you know? Okay. Come on, Pebbles.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. That's not a road.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's go to Ujits. It's gotta be it right there. And you guys see a motherfucker with the limp?
What the hell was that? God be with you. I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Must be that farmhand Lubosh. I don't know what the hell you'd want him for, and I don't much care. He's got a cottage on the edge of the village, near the stream. Farewell.
Well, thanks, Holmes.
Someone there?
It is odd because I feel like the villages are significantly bigger in this game than KCD2, and I wonder if that's just true geographically, like if the Rate region's bigger than the Trotsky region, more populated, or they just decided to compact things a little more for 2. Obviously, Kutenberg's massive, but I mean, like, it's just kind of a sprawling village. It's kind of cool. So many houses to rob. I mean, what the? What's going on, guys? I'm guessing he's dead.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
I want to see. Whoa!
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy.
Whoa!
I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
That was some, like, Hannibal Lecter shit.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk. So
How come he limped?
he got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
When did you find the body?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Another thing about Lubosh.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well.
I don't know how I can help you.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest.
Talk to the priest.
Do you know who Lub...
As far as I know.
That's all.
May the Lord watch over you.
God be with you.
I've come in the name...
I don't know anything.
That man Lubosh who...
I didn't really.
Have you noticed anything...
Come to think of it, he was in church. I was wondering.
That's all. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Alright. Where the hell is church at?
She only started not long ago. Always in the...
If he told the priest stuff in confession, the priest isn't gonna tell me. Which is gonna be unfortunate. Hello, priest. Oh, it's Godwin! Whoa! Wait a minute!
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in
Hell
the name
yeah.
of Sir Hanish of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanosh is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay, how are we dragging
Do you know
Godwin
what
into
Lubosh was
shit?
doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation,
Seal of
but I
confession.
can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betrayed. If people believe the sanctity of the...
Worse than the death of innocent Christians. Worse than the murderer escaping...
No one escapes punishment.
Do you have any work that needs...
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can... I have to deal with a local...
A witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Ujet's women to witchery.
A little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
In other words, someone's been gossiping. And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out if you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness. Find out all you can and deal with it.
Consider it done.
Good. And never fear. I'm a man who always pays his debt. Take care now. Good day to you.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. Oh, I want to see what they say about John Hoosh. Two popes, by the way. Yeah, so this guy, basically he started the Husai War, which was crazy. So he's an important bro.
But Sora's tougher than me.
Teach me how to read, idiot.
God be with you.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of...
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can...
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put...
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
One day, a countryman going to the nest of his goose found there an egg all yellow and glittering. When he took it up, it was Sevi's lead, and he was going to throw it away because he thought a trick had been played upon him. But he took it home on second thoughts, and soon found to his delight it was an egg of pure gold. Every morning the same thing occurred, and he soon became rich by selling his eggs. As he grew rich, he grew greedy, and thinking to get at once all the gold the goose could give, he killed it and opened it up only to find nothing. Okay.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
That being greedy...
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder.
Boy.
Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men.
I only know a little Latin.
Able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
Oi. Oh boy. So that's gonna be like Nulsu es libre muti. I mean, this isn't in proper order either. Like I said, I can read Latin, like I can sound the words out correctly. But what the fuck, dude? Wait, hey!
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut non alique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Take care now.
Okay, well, I'm a fucking genius, so... Reading. I'm smart now. Hey. Let's go murder a witch. I assume that's the green one, right? Oh, that's far as fuck away. Wait a minute. I mean, if I follow the horsey path. Hi, baboosh.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't make me burn you at the stake, wench.
Mother of God! You look like you've been assaulted.
I've come from the priest. They're saying you incited some women to witchcraft.
Me? Witchcraft? That's nothing but idle chatter.
You'd be wise to give me a straight answer. I mean you no harm.
As long as it's the truth you speak. Very well. I'll tell you everything.
That's right.
I've done a very foolish thing. It's preying on my mind so much I can't sleep a wink.
I'm supposed to believe an old witch has pangs of conscience.
Laugh if you like, but it's not a word of a lie. You probably know I sell various magic lotions and potions alongside my herbs. Well, there's one I wish I hadn't sold. You see, Vera, Zlata, and Kuta from Uzhitz wanted a magic ointment from me. I kept refusing them, but in the end, I let them talk me into it.
What kind of ointment was it?
One that will show you a world no one else can see. a place of wonder and terror. The flowers might start talking to you, or the earth could swallow you up. I don't know if it's the work of the devil or of God himself, but the ointment has that power. But it could poison any person who doesn't know how to use it right.
So all this talk of witches anointing themselves and then flying to their Sabbaths on broomsticks...
The ointment could make a person see such things. But it was stupid of me letting those foolish women get their hands on it. They could poison themselves or fall off a cliff while they're lost in a dream.
Will you give me the ointment recipe?
It contains belladonna and the herb Paris, both quite poisonous plants. That ought to make you think twice about dabbling with it.
So why did you give them the ointment?
Because I'm soft-hearted. You see, one of those women, Vera, lost her whole family in Skalitz. And Zlata's husband was killed. And the youngest of them, Kuta, miscarried with the horror of it all. They said they wanted to use the ointment to speak with the dead and ask them to put a word in with the Lord.
Yeah. I understand how they feel. But I reckon it'll get them nowhere but the ducking stool and the stake.
Judge not, lest ye be judged. I didn't want to give them the ointment, but they offered me a pile.
Their plea, or the clink of their... And why are you so worried about them all of a sudden?
I'm losing sleep over it. Firstly, those women don't know what they're doing. And secondly, folk might see it as witchcraft.
They burn them alive.
That they do. So don't...
It didn't bother you before, though. What did they want the ointment?
Each one of them lost a loved...
What kind of ointment?
One that will...
So all this...
The ointment...
I want to know something else. I've heard enough.
If you've heard enough, you must understand why I need your help.
Very well. But only...
Thank you 1,000-fold. I'll go to the Reverend myself and take care.
Alright. Let's go talk to the witches. Or, you know, we could just burn them. Would be easier. I can read now, though. Alright.
Who's there? Answer.
Hey, dumb bro.
I've heard something about a magic...
Really? I'd like to know where from. And what concern is it of yours, anyway?
The herb woman sent me.
Gertrude? What does she want?
It's not about the money. She's concerned about your health. That ointment can be dangerous.
It can't have got any more dangerous since she sold it to her.
I've heard something about...
Really?
The priest is worried.
The priest? It's nice to find out what telltales you have for neighbours. But believe me...
It could be dangerous. Not just for your soul. That shit is poisonous.
So I'm supposed to believe the herb woman slipped us poison instead of the ointment?
What's that?
She'd like to know what you plan to do with it and when.
But we already told her. I don't understand why she'd get you in...
I've heard something...
Really?
The herb...
Gertrude?
She'd like to...
What made her...
I've heard something...
Really?
The priest...
The priest?
I don't quite know what's going on, but I'll find out by hook or by crook. So start talking.
Only a herbal ointment, some chanting, and 3 women at night in the woods. No harm done to anyone. Maybe some help to some. So why don't you stop interfering?
Mother of God! All the saints are watching over me.
They're with God now.
Aye, they are.
Alright, so now what the fuck am I supposed to do? I guess just wait for Godwin to want to get wasted with me. And then if the women go into the woods and die, I don't really care. Probably. I'd rather kick back some brews with Godwin than follow some dopey women into the woods to go on an acid trip.
Pull me an L.
You're not Godwin. I want my money back.
One.
I need my boy. Where's he? There he is.
There. Satisfied?
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Scarlet.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here. We'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
Hell yeah.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My pleasure.
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujit, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink
Who
to
the
that.
hell is this broad?
Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyolf? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses.
Broad just
They
sitting
only
in,
wanted to kill.
listening.
They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret.
There.
But
Satisfied?
first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my
Here,
soul.
Enjoy.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation.
All right.
Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujit isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
All right.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny.
Yep.
That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do the common folk?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up and the church will be shaken.
Yeah, it'll start a war that lasts
Yeah,
a
unless
very
they
long
burn
time.
him at the stake first.
Nonsense.
Which they do.
They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Oh, I forget if he was burned or beheaded, but he was definitely killed.
Where can I find out more?
Do you like it? I copied down some...
What do you think of this?
He's certainly a wise man. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I... Oh, it's getting quite late.
What do you suppose?
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Yeah. Me and the Padre getting drunk. He's trying to hook me up. Attaboy, Godwin. Yeah. Oh, Henry.
Enough of this.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Hell yeah, me and Godwin.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Let's go, Henry. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't weak at the knees, have you?
Bollocks! I can do predele.
Is that all you've got? I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
So, my dear, would you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than
Yeah.
done.
I'd love to.
So we just beat the shit out of the
Henry, too,
guards.
I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Godwin
Ah,
rules.
bloody oath.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Yeah.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Yeah. Good job, Henry. This is Virgo. What's going on, man? Hey, you sound like a goat or something, man.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
My man Godwin.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you?
Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell...
Christ almighty.
Wonderful. Let's... Come on, then. What's the holdup? We've no time to waste.
Whee! Oh God, one.
Never show up. The swill pole.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
Come on, Goblin, you got this.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan
please don't fuck this
is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the right to rule. That right belongs to God alone. It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. And it is all due to, they think sins can be what?
Brad didn't do much for his country.
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the... If someone takes a woman or man only to who can turn his face to God?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
That's right.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honour to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Yeah. Nailed that one at the end. I stumbled a little in the middle.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Godwin, the boys. We just need Hans here.
Well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you?
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Godwin rules. All right, we're no longer drunk. I'm a sleepy boy, though. Suppose I should go check out one of these green people. Can I run? For some reason, I cannot sprint. Oh, they're not dead. And I'm gonna travel here and then get off to cook dinner and stuff, but I should be playing a little more after. Where's my little Henry? So I can't run and I can't fast travel. Is it because I'm drunk? That would be why. Oh, Henry. I'm gonna have to fix Henry's sleep schedule at some point too, cause damn.
And get a move on, because you really don't.
What did you do? You killed.
What are you trying to pin on me, you bastard? It was you.
I didn't kill anyone. When I got here, the.
Horse shit. You're all.
I like a good fight. Sometimes that.
You? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for humans and killing them.
You? You're the killer, and I'm off to report. God bless.
I'm about to be the fucking killer. This is fucking ridiculous. Pebbles, get the fuck over here.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
How the fuck is she still going?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Dumb idiot. So horse combat leaves something to be desired. And also, she's running away from me. I literally couldn't hit her because you slow down the swing and it's like, oh, no, she's going. So stupid. Teresa!
Hey! Tawny? God save you.
I've got some goods here.
All right.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not? Aye, that would do it.
Yeah. Don't worry, Teresa. I'm not doing anything untoward. So I'm gonna wake up, probably go do the tournament or finish this quest. I don't know which. Probably tournament. They can't yell at me for not doing the investigation, right? Maybe. We'll see. Alright, but that's where I'm going to end it for now. I'm going to go eat some dinner and stuff, so that's part 3 or 4, depending if I split up the second stream into 2 videos. So.